Fairy tales are the purest form of storytelling. They delight in the imagination of children and gratify the need for nostalgia in adults. Yet, often when you peer deeper into the characters, plot, or themes presented within these stories, you can find that they are mirror images of the real world, only with magic and dragons and princesses. And one such fairy tale is...
From the pen of Hans Christian Andersen, The Tale of the Emperor's New Clothes. Many years ago, on the side of a hill, there stood a great city. Atop the hill, in a splendid castle, lived the emperor. The vain emperor could be found posing before his mirror in one new costume after another. He had a suit of clothes for every hour of the day. Each day, many strangers came to the great city, and among them one day came two swindlers claiming to be magic weavers.
Yes, Majesty.
We use magic thread that has a way of making itself invisible to certain types of people.
The thread will become invisible to those unfit for office and to those who may be unusually stupid, which of course eliminates anyone from here, sire.
Unfit for office or...
The Emperor's New Clothes is set in a small kingdom with a very incompetent ruler. The tale features a cast of foolish yet painfully relatable characters, including the cunning thieves, the vain emperor, his insecure and dishonest advisors, and his subjects who are all uncertain of whether they should speak the truth or remain silent and comply with the rest of the crowd. One character, who appears to be untainted by the social pressure to remain silent, is the little boy who yells at last what everyone else was thinking.
The Emperor has no clothes on!
With the use of dramatic irony, this simple story holds a mirror up to society and reveals all the ways in which our pride, vanity, and submission to social pressures can lead us astray from admitting the truth, even though the truth is necessary and freeing. This story showcases all of the characters in conflict with themselves and with their environment. Speaking the truth about the fact that the fabric is non-existent is not as important as the risk of being seen and mocked as a fool or incompetent. Each and every character that decided not to be honest about what they could not see had lost the battle and conceded to social pressures. It is the innocent child, not yet burdened with the weight of social pressures, that finally speaks the truth. Andersen uses the symbol of this magical fabric to represent the dilemma between reality and perception. In the end, many characters chose perception over reality, so that no matter if they were truly incompetent or foolish, as long as they were not perceived that way, it did not matter. Another element utilized by Andersen in this tale is the suspense built throughout. As the reader, knowing the truth about the matter, it is an entertaining yet apprehensive wait until the climax of the story when the facade is broken down and everything is revealed. I believe the theme of this story is a cautionary tale against letting pride and submission to social pressures get in the way of one's integrity. We place such an importance on perception in our world today. In the media, in our interpersonal relationships, and even in our relationship with ourselves. It comes to a point where the truth matters little in comparison to the way something seems. On social media, for example, we'll care so much about building this flawless image, about living this seemingly fulfilling life, that whether we're actually happy is not as important as the number of likes that we get. The ministers in this story question their credentials upon not seeing the fabric. But even then, they refuse to be honest and reveal that they could hypothetically be unfit for their positions. They want to save face in front of the emperor. And the emperor himself is so consumed with his own image. Every day, he must show off his wealth and strength through his elaborate outfits. instead of actually doing a good job at running his kingdom. In the real world, we have terrible leaders and politicians concerned more with appearing powerful and benevolent instead of embodying their own principles. Even the everyday person will have a social media account where they display their perfect selves without being honest about who they really are. Anderson's commentary about this fictional kingdom really parallels the shallowness of our modern world. At its root, this story encourages children to not care what others think, to stay true to oneself. The single child that speaks up when everyone else was afraid to is the true hero of this story. This is an excellent tale that carries a complex message that examines human flaws in a very simplistic and entertaining way, where both children and adults can understand the message. And at the end of the day, we can both relate and be amused by these characters, because they are all very similar to us. We all care a little too much about what others think, and sometimes cast the truth aside to appear as something that we're not. This fairy tale is a good reminder that integrity is always more important than pride or fear.